I'm glad they don't do this on Sunday, Gary, when the preacher's got to preach, man.
I was gonna say,
They're already down in.
you'd be right at home in the house of labor, brother. There's a message there.
Woo! You guys nervous? I'm ready.
I ain't nervous. I'm excited.
Yeah! Let's go! You go!
We did it.
I feel like Chief Blue just made a birdie. That's my buddy. We got the chief here. I told you I imported the best. All right, for you guys. He's a good friend of ours. Are we live, Elijah? Hey, everybody, good morning!
That's right.
Come on now, you guys are excited. Good morning! Listen, I want to salute you and welcome all of you that are viewing in, that have supported your loved ones. I know that you couldn't be here because of the COVID pandemic, but we are taking extra precaution to make certain that this virtual bubble that we created with all of our students for these last 6 weeks, that we can maintain that, but we wanted to make certain that we created an opportunity for you loved ones to participate with the students' accomplishment. They have done exceptionally well. They have navigated through life. They have been phenomenal. You know, this is our collaboration, our first CARES group from the city of Sacramento sponsoring our training for the MC3 in collaboration with the Sacramento Building Trades. I'm Kevin Brown, director of the pre-apprenticeships for the Sacramento Building Trades. We are partner with people working together to facilitate our MC3 pre-apprenticeship program that comes with state recognition. Did you know that this program is one of a very small percentile that is a pre-apprenticeship that is registered with the state of California, which means that these fine certificates are more than just paper. Because, matter of fact, just to double up, I imported the chief of the whole state to be here today so that he could have some parting words of encouragement. He oversees all the apprenticeships up and down the state of California. His office was really trying to get something in addition to this, right? And that still may be on the way, but that's his gift to you and all of the CARES groups to graduate thereafter. We have guest Mr. Gary Piefer from BAC, who also is the Vice President of the Sacramento Building Trades Council. He has brought, along with him, Lenny, who will soon be, unfortunately, and I say this, Gary's been the backbone of our organization for many years, and so his retiring, we celebrate, but yet we weep, right? In that, you know, we won't see him as frequently and often as we have over these years. But his replacement, Lenny, I'm certain, will do a superb job in backfilling and developing his own pathway as he leads his particular unit. So thank you, too, for being here. We also have one of our strength and core trainers, Mr. Marlon Moore, in the house. You know, one of the things about that, and I say this, is that people working together is really about strategically aligning ourselves, because we really believe that no one organization can do it by itself. And you have to recognize that we are interdependent. We need one another. We need one another. One of the great ways, or one of the ways to accomplish a great task is to collaborate. Even if we disagree, we have to find common ground, which means if we can find 1% of agreement, let's give that 1% of agreement 100% of our efforts, and look what we can do. We have been so fortunate and grateful that when we sent out the advertisements for these CARES groups, that well over 400 people tried to get into these classes. And 109 have actually made it in.
Hey.
It's because of you. It's because of HOPE, organizations that we collaborate with, that may not be a mainstay or a household name, but those organizations such as Hope have the grassroots relationships with the impacted and marginalized communities that all of our project labor agreement has language for. So thank you, Ms. Nikki, for your participation. The graduation, this is it. If you stay ready, you don't what? Get ready. Oh, wow, that's what I'm talking about. You guys are ready. Listen, even in the midst of this being our winter months, to where we typically scale down our labor force, there's still selectively some of our trades, our finishing trades, that are going to be making some requests to make certain they meet their business deliverables. So just stay ready. I know many of you have already made an application with operating engineers. And guess what? We going out there on the tour. What day?
Second. December 2nd, right?
Third.
How about December 1st, which is Tuesday? December 1st, which is Tuesday, right? All right. We got the Newman Limousine 56 passenger bus coming so we can stay cold and friendly, right? We're gonna go out there. You guys gonna have your boots, your PPE, right?
Yeah.
Right? Matter of fact, I gotta order the boots today so I can get so I have everyone's shoe size correct.
Yeah.
Right? So we're gonna have some nice workman groups, right? So we're gonna go out there as skilled professionals that we are. And so I mentioned that because in the midst of the COVID, we've had to be innovative. This is critical infrastructure training for our essential workers. And even in the midst of our training centers predominantly being down, we still needed to have something, right, that we could still extract, right, and harvest and develop, right, workforce ready people, right? And so thank you all for washing your hands. Thank you for submitting to all the guidelines that not only will keep you safe, but keep your family members safe, right? Your schoolmates safe, right? But ordinarily, as I told you, prior to COVID, we would have been on the job site tours and this training center and all that. But you guys have adapted. Like James Bond says, a good field agent always adapts and overcomes. And you all have a 00 status. You can't be 007, that's me. But I'll give you a 00. Right? I'll give you a 00. I'll give you a 00, but I'm 7. No, that's me. With all that being said, I know that we have some things for you today, and so I'm not going to prolong the program. I know as we transition, Cindy, is Mike going to call up the speakers that you wanted, or are you going to do that? So what we're going to do, we're going to digress a little bit before we bring up our keynote speaker. We want to make certain that we evaluate and respect his time. But we wanted to allow a couple of our students to come and say something, right, as it relates to what their experience was and has been, and what the aspirations and direction is for them. So Anthony, you're the first person today? Okay then, all right, come on up, man. Be loud.
All right. How everybody doing? First of all, I wanna thank Kevin. I wanna thank Cindy. I wanna thank Mike. I wanna thank Nikki. I just met her physically today, but I got the flyer from somebody. She was the person I contacted. We spoke on the phone, and she directed me towards Mike, and it all fell in place. When I first came in here, like a little over a month ago, coming into the class, I didn't know what to expect. You know, I just came in, but I could tell that something special was going on in here.
Yeah.
This class when I came in, and I could tell this dude right here was special when I came in.
Yeah.
I was like, man, something about him. I didn't know, because I was talking to Mike, I didn't know, that, this was the man, 07, like he said. But I knew it was something about him. And since I've been in here, I learned so much from all these people in here. I want to thank y'all. I can't say thank you enough. From education-wise, physical fitness, to make sure we can perform these jobs we're going out here to do, and then also emotional, mental, just everything.
Yeah.
So as far as earlier, when I asked to put which what you could change. I really can't see anything more that you could improve, and because I see all the boxes being checked, things that you wouldn't even think that we needed, that they provided for us, and really went the extra mile, you know, even to, you know, some of us might need help with bills, anything.
Yeah.
Here for all of that. So I don't want to take up too much more time. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, and whatever I can do moving forward, you know, to come back or speak or whatever I'd love to do, and I want to stay in the loop. We family now.
All right. Thank you, Anthony. I believe we have one other speaker. Two other speakers? Watch this. Oh, yeah! Listen, it's taken me 6 weeks to get her name right. And here's the other bad part. She is my cousin that I met for the first time she came home. She told her mother, she goes, I'm in this construction thing, and the teacher is Mr. Kevin Brown. She said, Kevin Brown from Moorville? She said, yeah. She said, that's your cousin. Her grandmother was married to my uncle, right? And so it's like, whoa. So it took me 6 weeks to get my kinfolk's name right.
So I just want to say about the program, like he said, thank you guys. It's everything. Like, I couldn't write anything wrong either. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I honestly thought coming into it, it's just going to be strictly construction. Like, this is what you need to do, this and that. The credit talk, just everything, it honestly helped me. So I would just say, like, nothing bad came with the class. I met new people. I feel like we're all close now. We got group text going on. We talking about crazy stuff. You know, so we ain't gonna tell y'all. Anyway, so I just feel like everybody got something out of it. I feel like we all took it seriously. Everybody came. Some people didn't make it. I don't know. You know, they had their own issues, but I wish they would have stayed because it's a good opportunity. 30 days, and like they said, they help you if you need help. I didn't expect no laptop.
You got a laptop?
So, and like I said, Nikki posted it. I immediately wrote her because I was like, what? Free? 30 days? Like, hold on. So I just thank her for posting that. I feel like a lot of people seen her post. You know, it just came at a good time in life, like it's COVID. A lot of people lost their jobs. You know, it's a lot going on financially and just everything. So I feel like the opportunity came at a perfect time, and I just couldn't pass it up. I was gonna quit my job for this class. Like that's how serious I was, because it was just that great of an opportunity. So I thank you guys for everything, the food, everything. Like no, seriously, everything. Like I really love y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, the architects of our curriculum, the pre-apprenticeship, the multi-craft core curriculum, in its development stages, it used to be on flash drives and CD-ROMs. The designers thought that the best way to deliver that system is to be online. And so when we started having, you know, the inability to meet in person as we could because of COVID, it was right on time that our system was up and running online, and to get those laptops to you so that we could minimize the time in person, but also have the instructors give you reading assignments. And so logistically, obviously, we wish that, you know, all the monies would have been here day one so that we could have had those laptops here sooner, which would have kept us out of the classroom as often and frequently, but we've been able to have something different, right? And so thank you all again. Right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. And our last speaker before our keynote speaker as Shane walks in front of the camera.
Oh, sorry, Nate. I didn't see you, sorry.
You know, you don't see, that's Shane. But Shane, listen, 21-year-old young man. I'm excited about all of our graduates.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy. The younger, you know, I'm getting older now, Mr. Peaford. And so all of you guys are kids, you know, I'm like, you know, you can't call them kids, well, honey, we old now. And that's okay. And so to see Shane at 21, knowing the opportunities that exist within these trades, for him to be able to grasp this right now, he and Aaron, the young, you right? And to be able to have a fulfilling life, have a life of purpose, to drive up and down the valley and see, hey, I built that, I participated in that, right? That adds value, right? Because I think all of us, to Darquisha's point, beyond construction, beyond the financial literacy, beyond the green tech, beyond the blueprints and the tool recognition, the life skills, right? The insight that you garner, the capacity development, right? Because I told you the first development that was going to be your project was your personal development. Right? You had to have an existing structure that you needed to bring the demolition crew in. And then you needed to bring the operators in to remove that debris. And then before we could even get to rebar and cement reinforcement, we needed to deal with the soil. That's what all of the other various elements of our curriculum were all about. Giving you the tools to do the work. I can't teach motivation. You got to already have it. Come on, Mr. Deja. Nice shoes, man.
First off, I want to say congratulations to everybody that's here. And then also, I want to say thank you to you guys for giving us the opportunity to become better people, you know, to become the better person within ourselves, the best person that we can be. And then, I can't speak for nobody else, but I want to say that they really helped me out a lot. You know what I mean? Before coming to this program, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't work multiple jobs, wasn't happy at them, you know, just working for the money. And with them, they gave us an opportunity to have a career, you know, and that's more than just a job. And not even that, it's like they prepared us for a lot. They prepared us within our financial way and our future, just telling us, like, you know, how far we can go. Like, we don't have to stay in one spot. We will climb the hill. The further that we go, the more that we want to go. You know what I mean? Also, I want to say that they helped me overcome a bad drug problem. You know what I mean? So I was heavy on smoking, and with these people, they gave me the motivation to want to do better. Because I know it's a mindset thing, but you have to want to do better. You know what I mean? And if you're not around people that's motivating you to do things, then you won't do it. You know what I mean? You are a product of who you hang around and what you're doing. You know what I mean? So I want to say thank you to you guys for that. And then I want to say thank you to my classmates, because if it wasn't for y'all, then I wouldn't have came. You know what I mean? It's the energy that everybody brings. You know what I mean? I understand sometimes when people are speaking, we get a little bit excited and all that. And just because, you know, we just created an energy that's just unbreakable. And you know what I mean? That was just great for me to come. Like, I was telling other people, because I'm not from out here, I'm from the Bay Area, so I was telling other people to come. And they looking at me like, you turning Hollywood, you know, you changing on it. You're not the same. So I want to say thank you guys for giving me a better mentality and a better look over life, you know what I'm saying? Because it was multiple times when I just wanted to give up, you know what I mean? And coming here is, you guys gave me another opportunity, a bigger picture to see that it's more to life, you know what I mean? It's more than just the streets, and it's more than just doing things for the time being, you know what I mean? This right here, like I said, is our future, you know what I mean? And you guys gave us a good opportunity, and I just want to say thank you.
You gotta get it.
The older I get a little more emotional. Right? And you know, it makes it all worth it. It makes the crazy scheduling, the long nights and the early mornings, it makes it worth it. It's these moments, right, that it make it all worth it. right? Because you hit ebbs and flows, right? Just as I tell you, not only do you learn, but we learn from you. Because we haven't stopped working on the best version of ourselves, right? And so you all provide that platform that allows us to continue, right, working on the best version of ourselves. And before I call up our keynote speaker, I want to make mention that we have our other strength and core conditioning trainer, Dr. Miguel, that oversees the program, developed the program. Many of you saw initially when we did all the advertising with the video, you saw us in the gyms and all of that. And so in the COVID, he had to get creative. He and Marlon have come up with a phenomenal program. They run the program again. This is about people working together. So they do our people, our players working together, intercom baseball. They are our strength and core conditioning coaches. We've had a long-standing relationship. I trust them, right? That's why I have no problem, right, bringing them over for the MC3 because they work with my young people extremely well, and they're very responsive. And they get it. They get it. They are added value as well as Cindy and Elijah that are running our video tech as well as our community relationships. Couldn't do this without our Director of Workforce, Michael Blair. I said, oh, drop the mic. Right? Hey, Gary, I done converted to construction, so for construction, I'm really sharp today, right? I'm really sharp today, you know? And Mike come in with the all blazer. I'm like, wow, right? And lastly, my wife, Cynthia, who oversees all the math. And one of the things about that is that she's a director to a Hewlett Packard for 34 years. She is an electrical engineer by trade. And all of our cohorts require a certain amount of hours of math. And with the overwhelming numbers of people, Michael and I have worked diligently saying, hey, we got some other people who can help you with the math. And she's like, nope. Right? And so she's putting her day job on pause. I'm like, hey, honey, we got to keep the lights on. you know? But that's just her. That's just her. And so obviously, all of you are a manifestation of the support that she's allowed me to dream as a man and walk into things and open and walk in doors that have been open. And to have a support group that will allow me to do that, that supports those endeavors, right? So you all are a product of that, and so that's because of her.
We
So
appreciate it.
Well, you know I'm setting it up because my anniversary is Sunday. Anniversary is Sunday, so I'm telling you, oh, we on TV, y'all. Hold on. Gotta dignify it. As I told you, this is about relationships. And a couple years ago, my boss, Mr. Kevin Pierre, in his absence, Executive Director of Sacramento Building Trades, it was his leadership that gave birth to this MC3 program. And not only his vision and leadership, but it was also Mr. Gary Pieper who echoed and supported that we would drive our own bus. And with that, I took a particular meeting one day downtown. Kevin wanted me to meet the new chief of the Department of Industrial Relations, Mr. Eric Root. He goes, well, come on down, meet us down here for lunch, and I'll introduce you to the guy, and blah, blah, blah. So I go down, and we're having lunch, and we're just having some small talk. And we said something about fishing. And I said, yeah, man, I said, you can't fish down here because blah, blah, blah. I said, where I'm from, up in Oroville, we can just get on your dirt bike and ride. He goes, you from Oroville? I said, yeah, I'm from Oroville. He goes, I'm from Oroville. He says, I went to Las Plumas. And I said, oh. Oroville only has one school, called Oroville High School. And if you notice my white truck, you'll see some purple and gray stripes. Those are my high school colors. We did have an illegitimate child in Oroville called Las Plumas, which happened to be a high school in there. And they had some really good athletes. But as Eric and I talk, we know all the same people. We developed a relationship beyond our scope of work to the point that we golf, we chat and things of this nature. And so he is a strong supporter of this program. This is not his first time being our keynote speaker. He always, if I ask, makes himself available because he believes in what we're doing, not just with our programs, but like-minded programs up and down the state. He oversees the whole state. His corporate offices are in Oakland, but he's here. He lives in Yuba City, but he's here today because he's a good friend of mine. And I do not minimize the sacrifice that he's made, because I told you that everyone here has shelf life, and all of us have been allowed a certain amount of time. And we don't know when that time is up. So when you selectively choose to give someone your time, you're saying that the relationship in this moment is so important that I'm willing to give up this time that I can't get back to come and support you. So I'm really excited. So Mr. Eric Rue, come on up, brother! He like to hug. We hug. This is my friend. This is my friend.
Oh my goodness. What an opportunity. I mean, thank you for inviting me to your celebration.
Just do the top. Undo that one.
You gonna do that one?
See, he's trying to wear this gray to match the purple tie I gave him. That he probably got in the car. He didn't wear it today.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. First of all.
Thank
Easy accomplishment. I know 6 weeks, and you don't have any better instructor than Mr. Kevin Brown.
That's right.
And you listen to Kevin. Kevin's got wisdom. The wisdom of being able to always be ready. Because apprenticeship and construction is not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right? You guys are selected, right, to be able to go through the 6 weeks boot camp, so to speak, and then be able to enter into what I call college without debt.
Yeah.
College without debt. Get paid, go to school. Learn what you are getting taught in school, apply it to your work that you do every day. So it's important to be able to do your math, right? Because construction, you're dealing with a lot of technical work that's out there, right? And if you're depending on the trade, it can be very dangerous, right? Electricians, you do it wrong, right? And every week I do see, one of our sister divisions is called CalOSHA. And I don't know if you learned about the Department of Industrial Relations. You have CalOSHA. You have the Labor Commissioner's Office that deals
Ocean 10 cert, they know.
with wage and hour laws, right? So you're Cert 10, right? Fantastic. So then we have the Division of Apprenticeship Standards and the whole workers' comp system under the Department of Industrial Relations. So we have a small little department of about 3,100 workers.
Right.
We're not Caltrans, right? So who has like 20,000 workers, but 3,000. But what's really exciting is being able to learn a skill that no one can ever take away from you. And you're going to be marketable anywhere, whether you're in Sacramento, California, or across the planet, and everywhere in between. And so I'm really interested to hear from you guys. I mean, as far as you've been exposed now to the different trades, and these are some of the finest institutions to go work for. There's strong labor management cooperation. You're looking at actually getting a defined benefit.
Right.
Where can you go into the private sector and get a defined benefit anymore? So that's huge. I mean, so as you progress through your career, you're going to have a pension that you can rely on, plus good benefits and great wages. And I will compare a graduation certificate of completion that I provide to our graduates.
Woo!
I have 5 degrees, I call it degrees, 5 certificate of completions that within 5 years of graduation, the average salary is about $115,000 a year. A few of these programs back here do that, right? So there's a need for elevator folks. There's a need for operators. There's a need for, you know, our brick and allied crafts, right?
Yeah.
He's on the hunt, he's on the hunt, that's why he's
Right?
there.
There's a need for, you know, carpenters. There's a need for laborers. There's a need for iron workers and for sheet metal workers and United Association of Pipe Fitters and Plumbers. So I'm going to ask you, I mean, you've been exposed. Let me know what you're interested in and where you want to go as far as some of the trades. I'll start with you.
Yeah, my name is Rich Williamson. The trade choice I is plumbing.
Plumbing, great profession. You know, that's one of the strong mechanical crafts that we have. And UA, I know just looking at the last prevailing wage for Northern California, when you add in the benefit package, you know, you're close to around $100 an hour on public works prevailing wage law. So, and still on residential stuff, there's great wages that are associated with it as well. So great job. What about yourself? Operating engineer.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you guys are going to get to visit the ranch.
We're going to the ranch, man,
Oh,
we're
my
going to the
goodness.
ranch.
We are blessed in California. And I could say we also have operator engineers down in Southern California, but there's nothing like the ranch in California. So we're really blessed here in the Sacramento region to actually have, and you'll see it, you know, the operations of heavy equipment, cranes. I mean, those, I don't know how, I'm scared of heights. I don't know how y'all you know, get up here.
Too, but don't have to do.
Just like, but you know what? You get paid accordingly, right? So there's, I'm watching in my office in Oakland, they're building a high-rise Marriott right across the street from our downtown office. And I'm looking at those cranes, and then I watch the wind. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know, I get a little queasy. But yeah, Operating Engineers Local 3, fantastic outfit, organization. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Within that, they also have surveying and building construction management as well. So a lot of different avenues, but a lot of fun toys,
Yeah.
right? Backhoes and dozers and yeah, the scrapers.
Yes. Great.
And graders, oh my goodness. They don't have much brakes for what I've seen at the ranch. But you'll see that. Just go full force. I didn't.
So when I initially came into the program, I wanted to be an electrician.
Yep.
Which is still at the top of my list, but I want to leave myself open for, you know, any other possibilities, because being in the program, I learned about other positions such as pipe fitting.
Yep. Tile setting, right?
Yeah, there's so many that I'm pretty, you know, I'm more open.
Yep.
And not just, you know.
Well, I think that's great because, like I said, get your foot in the door. That's the first key. And I can say any of these programs, they're all fantastic programs. And being able, especially with a lot of the projects, you're seeing a lot of high rises going up downtown Sacramento, a lot of project labor agreements, right? So the state's investing. And so on behalf, I should have said this right off the bat, on behalf of the governor and the Labor Secretary, Julie Sue, myself, and the Director of DIR, Katie Hagan, you graduating from these classes are very important to the administration. And we want a workforce. And I'm glad to see women. Right? We need more. Right now we have 70,000, over 70,000 registered apprentices in construction. And about 3,000 or so are women.
2.8,
Yeah.
that number I told you.
Yep. So that's
I got it from here.
statewide, and different regions do well, but we need our sisters.
Amen.
You know, being able to, it's not easy though. It's a tough industry. Yeah. And sometimes the environment can be really challenging, but listen to the words of Kevin. You know, being able to, you know, to just really just push through and persevere and be the best version of yourself. Key.
I'm Mcmurray, and when I first got here, again, you know, weighing out my options as wanting to do operating engineer as well,
Yeah.
and then also was looking into as well pipe fitting.
Pipe fitters, yeah, excellent. A lot of great work. I mean, a lot of the oil refineries, for instance, you're going to see a lot of pipe fitters and folks in those facilities and what have you, hospitals. manufacturing settings and stuff. And I was watching them at their training center down in Los Angeles doing the rigging and being able to do big pieces. It almost looks like Lego pieces, but you have to make sure everything is so level and you have an active refinery going on. So if you mess up, boom, right? So it's really a skill that it's a 5-year program. In that 5-year program, again, you're going to learn skills that it's going to be lifetime for you. So yeah, pipe fitters are fantastic. Pipe fitters, plumbers, HVAC, welding, right? All of the great work that they do. We need our skilled and trained workforce. So good job.
My name is Marvin. So I was looking into plumbing and pipe fitting. I also had an interest in carpentry.
Yep.
But I think I've kept my options like a little bit open and stuff like that. But yeah, I think those are two crafts that I would actually
Definitely apply for at least those two. And again,
yeah.
Charles, I mean,
yeah,
there's a lot. You get into a lot of the finishing crafts and stuff. I mean, that's the beauty, right? You got the basic crafts that are doing the skeleton, right, the shell, and then you have the folks that are putting the meat on, whether they're electricians or pipe fitters or
Working during the rain.
yeah, painters, another, tile and carpeting and flooring, all of that. That's important work. Actually, I come from a family of carpenters, and actually my granddad was both Southwestern carpenters, and then in 1976 he moved the family from Orange County to this little town called Oroville. And they said there's only one high school, but it's called Las Plumas. I got confused.
We've heard otherwise.
He heard the legend.
But no, it's all good. Oroville's family and stuff. And boy, that victory bell game. The battle of this old bell. And unfortunately, over the years, Oroville's actually won a few more than my school. But not when I was there, though. That's right. So, but I came from a family of carpenters. And then my dad was a carpenter, my uncle, and they came out from Nebraska back in the 50s. And what do farmers do? They do everything, right? Building barns. And after World War II, that's what they got into construction. But what I can tell you, and Kevin hit this point, when you do a project and you complete it, there's a pride, right, that I did that. I helped contribute to that. And you think about all the folks, blood, sweat, and tears, building the Golden Gate Bridge, and how many folks lost their lives in doing that, but forever. I mean, it's now an icon. But even my dad, we went to, he built a store in Chico called Mervin's back in the day when Mervin's, you remember Mervin's, right? Out of Hayward, California. And we were in the store and he was pointing up at the crown molding. He goes, I did that. So that's cool. Yeah, of course at that age I was probably 12 or 13 thinking, all right, Dad, great. but I mean construction is such a, you guys, you are essential workers. I mean, you keep our highways, roads, bridges, buildings, really is the future. So yeah, so my encouragement is definitely apply to as many as you can. Get in, that's the key.
My name is Eric, and I was looking to do carpentry, my heavy up, and then probably cement making and plumbing.
Well, you got a pretty good, nice little portfolio there. Yeah, all great professions. And a lot of times the cement masons, they're working hand in hand with the iron workers, right? Because they're reinforcing the steel and making sure that concrete is nice and firm. A lot of work with Caltrans. When you think about, I think of heavy highway, I think of operators, laborers, cement masons, carpenters, right? And there's a lot of road work, right? And there's always a need for road work, bridges, and what have you, a lot of federal dollars. So great professions. We call those the basic crafts. So, but yeah, no, it's fantastic.
My name's Jose. I was just interested in operating engineer or possibly electrician.
Okay, both are great. Electricians are interesting because you also have to get a certificate ET. Yes, it's a certificate for electrician certification, right? So 6 months prior to graduating from your apprenticeship program, you take this test, and then in order to work for what we call a C10 licensed contractor, you have to be certified. As an apprentice, you're automatically, you can do the work. So definitely high skill. Again, because of the safety issue, there's a little bit higher standards, but great profession.
My name is Darquisa. I was looking at operating engineer or electrician at low voltage.
There you go. Sounding good.
Low.
I almost feel like we're cousins too.
Matter of fact, Kenny Allen, Sean Allen.
Yes. That's my uncle.
You're making me feel old now.
Right?
Anyway, Sean, I went to school with Sean.
Right.
Crazy. Well, welcome again. That's a great profession. And a lot of professions that's a little bit, what I've seen as far as percentages with women is the operating engineers actually, a lot of their surveying, and they've pushed where they're at right now about 13% of their workforce with women. So they're doing a real great job in attracting, more talent for our sisters in the building trades. So yeah, fantastic.
Hi, my name is Danielle Sherry. I came in with open, just whatever. Then I was thinking like labor, because I know that I'm a hard worker and I could just,
Yep.
and then, but by being here, I went towards operating engineer.
She made application already.
Yes,
What? Awesome. That's fantastic. Well, like I said, again, these are Harvard, Yale, Princeton, right? So you're not going to go wrong, right? You're dealing with, in the Sacramento building trades, I will say, is really a strong network of construction unions, really focused in on bettering the lives, right? Both for providing the skilled workers that our construction contractors need, but also, really developing an infrastructure from local communities, right? Our workforce need to represent what our communities look like.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is a great opportunity for,
Yes, it is.
and like I said, well, there's a lot of degrees. I graduated from Chico. I was the first person in my family to go to college. So, and at that time, they were pushing college, right? And I just happened to get lucky in the sense that I took a profession that was in business administration and accounting. I was going to be a CPA, did all that, and then didn't do actually what I was trying to do. I came in as a tax collector of all things, right? A Board of Equalization in Redding, California, right? So, and then to look at how my career has changed. Now I'm in workforce, but I spent 20 years in labor, right? And watched to look at, I did a lot of public works enforcement and really looking at, there's a lot of bad acting contractors that are not part of, the programs that are trying to lie, steal, and cheat. And so we were issuing millions of dollars in assessments against these contractors. It wasn't changing behavior. So what we did was we created a criminal investigations unit, right? So we actually had peace officers that went in, and did you know it's a felony to take a portion of a worker's wage on a public works project?
Amen.
1778 of the labor code, specifically, right? And so what we did, we started partnering with district attorney's offices all up and down the state, and I became their expert witness. So they would call me in and get to the stand. My job was just to educate juries and judges. Who are the victims? Well, the victim is not just the workers who were underpaid by this particular contractor, but if that contractor would have honestly bid on that project, then those workers would have actually got paid. And so the contractor that didn't get the contract is a victim, and all of their workers, their workforce, because they would have paid the prevailing wage. And so in 3 years, from 2012 to 2015, we had 58 foremen and company owners that went to prison, 2 to 7 years. So, but that, trying to change to say, listen, don't lie, steal, and cheat, because you're certifying a lot of it under a penalty of perjury that I paid this worker what they were supposed to get. And there's we call prevailing wage. Just think of that as the minimum wage on steroids. So if you're what's the BAC hourly rate now for a journey?
Journeymen are running anywhere from 70 to about $85 right now.
That sound pretty good? Yeah. 70, 85. How much is that as benefit package?
Benefit package usually around $20, $25. The rest of it's in wages.
Yeah.
So it's like $50, right?
$50 an hour. I mean, that's pretty darn good. Yeah, and you're going to create a skill. You're going to be able, as you're doing that. I know a lot of my trades folks. What do? They buy houses and then they fix them up because they have the skill set to do it. So it has a lot of ramifications there.
My name is Ladrika Armstrong, and I plan on going to the electrical.
Awesome, electricians. And you're doing high voltage? No. You still like sound and system installer?
Maybe later on down the line when I feel comfortable, possibly, but not right now.
Great profession. We definitely need our technical folks.
My name is Trusla Gilbreth, and I will be becoming a operating engineer, and in the line of that, I will be having a construction company following that.
That's the other thing, right? Great point. Not only you start learning the skill, then you're going to start learning how contractors do business. Then you have an opportunity, right, to say, okay, maybe I can own my own business. I can do this, right? And so I know one of the folks that I go golfing with Kevin. He has his own business now, and he started out with operating engineers, and now he's now doing the business. And you could do it. That's the bottom line.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You got it.
My name is Mcmurray, and the trade that I was looking to get into is like working with concrete or like drywall or something like that. And I kind of got interested while I was here in being a flagger.
Yep.
If I'm not going too low, so I kind of looking forward to two things right now.
Great. And again, great professions, right? And drywall, that's carpenters, I think you deal with that. And then there's plasters, right? That's another area that you look at as well. And of course, just great professions altogether. So, all the graduates.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, again, I mean, this is really exciting. Kevin mentioned that I'm working on getting a certificate of completion for our registered pre-apprenticeship programs. And what's so great about this is that when you're a registered pre-apprenticeship, you go into what we call our database, right? And our database then, I can look at track your outcomes, right? And so hopefully within the next 3, 4, or 5 years, I'll be a speaker at an apprenticeship graduation. Step 2 is graduating and then become one of California's you are needed, skilled and trained workforce, right? There's actually laws on the book that says on certain contracts, 60% of your workers have to have graduated from a DAS approved program. So it really then entices contractors to really look at the programs, that the Sacramento Building Construction Trades Council, those type of programs are providing. And this is, again, apprenticeship. Even a first period apprenticeship wage, you're making more than somebody that's coming out with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology or a Bachelor of Science. I mean, really, a lot of them, you'll actually, if you go down to Starbucks, ask how many actually got a degree, because a lot of them do. So, again, this is, think of this as college without debt, and it's better than college without debt. It's, instead of accumulating debt, you're accumulating wealth, right? So as you're learning, and as your skills continue, you then have what we call a progressive wage skill, right? So you go from a first period apprentice to a second period apprentice, but that's a raise. And then you go from a second period apprentice to a third period apprentice. That's a raise. Third to fourth, fourth to fifth, as you can see. And many of our wage rates starting with about 40–50% of the journeyman.
Usually wage rates correlate with the craft, obviously, and the
Yep.
overall journeyman's package, but those wage rates are generally about 45 to 50% of it,
First
of the
period.
package, with
Yeah.
benefits and wages.
Yeah, so that's your first period. So think of that. I mean, that's like $80 an hour, $70 an hour. 45% of that, you're still over $30 an hour.
$30 an hour, you know.
Pretty good. So, yeah, no, real excited about that. So my commitment to you is once we're right now doing some new technology on our database, and I just saw the example of the certificate of completion. In addition to your NAP2 certificates, you will get a state certification from the state of California as well. Thank you for letting me speak with you and just celebrate. But this is just, remember this is just step one. And you guys, this is just the start of your journey. And it's not always going to be easy, but you're gonna hear Kevin's voice in the background, right? If you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
And that
Oh, no.
Right?
and the wall.
Right? Be the best version of you. Right? Don't become ready. Be always ready.
Right.
Stay ready, right? And then we have really we're trying to develop a workforce, because within these project labor agreements are community workforce agreements, right? Which really is requiring some goals. And so the state, the city, the county, they're all investing, right, to try to get a workforce that is representative of the community. And I just want to congratulate you today. You guys, great job. And I look forward to actually seeing you guys in the future years as you become skilled and trained workers.
About that.
Listen, at this time, I'm gonna call up our Director of Workforce, Michael Blair. We're gonna move this program through. Look at it. I know Miguel, Marlon usually want to say something, but we want to kind of run through. We got the 1 o'clock class coming. Come on, Mike.
All right, so make it quick is what he's saying. I'm gonna do that. All right, so look, of all the classes that we teach.
Let me get it on.
Oh.
He is playing, though. He is playing. He got a matching mask.
So listen, of all the classes that we have, this one is the most lit by far. I put a little something extra on it today for y'all. That's for y'all. Look, had a blast doing this. It's long hours, but it's worth it, right? Now, when I called you on the phone and talked to you, if I would have told you what all this was, really, you wouldn't have believed me, right? All this family and camaraderie and all this kind of stuff, you can't put it in a phone call. So I'm glad y'all decided to, step out on faith, take my word for it, come, show up, and just make it happen. So, when we started off, how many people were in the room? But then look, we're down to, right? The final few. But the thing is, y'all persevered, you made it through, got to the finish line, so I'm super proud of y'all. Now, as I was trying to fill these seats, right, I was getting some help. Nikki and Hope. She was cranking them out, so definitely appreciate that. We want you all to now be the ambassadors that are out there helping to promote for us, right? Because you know what it takes to get through this. You know what it takes to get to today, right? And you know what we try to pour back into the program. Because a lot of these programs, you come and you pay your $2,500, $3,500, you're not getting all this, right? You're not getting all that. not walk away with laptops and boots and hard hats and food and everything else, right? So we want to make sure we pour it as much as we can back into you, because one thing is teaching you what you need to know to get in the door, but then the other piece is teaching you what you need to stay in the door. Right? So proud of you for that. We have, I'm gonna make it short, but we have some gifts for you. I had to say gifts because I said it wrong before I got corrected.
More
Yeah,
gifts?
More gifts? Oh my God.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. This gift is probably bigger than you are expecting it to be. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm gonna just leave it like that. You're gonna want to protect and keep safe. Put it in the safe, right? Right. Gift card, right? It's beyond that. But anyway, we want to, like I said, pour back as much as we can into you all. And you know that's not the end, this isn't the end of the relationship, right? Welcome back to the graduations that we're going to have. Y'all can come and speak and contribute. And then y'all can definitely come back for the workouts. You know that.
Yes.
Right? We got that for you. All right. And then of course for the math, you know, you're always welcome. Cindy welcomes the full house for the math. Right? Definitely, Miguel and Marlon, you know, they do what they do. You won't get this for free anywhere else, right? You ain't getting Marlon and Miguel for free. So take advantage, you know, we want to do that. The relationship is open, we're gonna keep it like that. All right, so, go ahead and, we'll take it from there. Thanks, y'all.
Mr. Aaron, come on down, look at it! You made it.
All right, so since I'm fly, we're gonna keep it fly. We're gonna go with Mr. Dejan.
One, two.
Listen, with regard to the gifts, we take into consideration that, you know, many of you may not get a dispatch in the winter months. And with the COVID and all those things and unemployment, stimulus checks being on pause or whatever, we wanted to make certain that the CARES money that was awarded nonprofit, that it was spent on the individuals. And so we've taken all that into consideration. And so to Michael's point earlier, the gift, right, may be overwhelming, right? Because
don't put too much on it.
You just do it. Who you got, Michael?
Go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead. We'll let you lead.
Jose Robles, come on down. My wife said I can't get no more shoes. Did you get it?
That's my Chris is right there.
All right, congratulations. All right.
Miss Danielle Sherry. She came in and she followed me out of class one day after I had. Mr. Brown, that wasn't me, that wasn't me. I said, girl, if the shoe don't fit, you ain't got to wear it.
Congratulations.
Miss Trusla Gilbert.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Get a little photo op here.
I got a one o'clock.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You saw she showed up early today.
It's how you finish.
It's how you finish. It's how you start, how you finish. Miss Mr. Marvin Sarabia. Marvin told me, he says, hey, Mr. Brown, he said, I gotta be honest with you. He says, we sent out some scouts to your other classes in our P1s and P2s that we did September 21st and 28th. And he says, I'm here because they said this is the real deal. So we thank them for their scout. Right? They even sent some, matter of fact, his cousin's a tile worker, so we looking forward to plugging him with BAC. Mr. Shane got a job. Look at him. Shane's like, Mr. Brown, I get a computer? I get a computer? This is what 21 feels like, huh? I gotta tell you this. So Shane would come every day, walking, riding his bike, whatever he needed to do to get here. After he got his laptop, he says, look, I went into Starbucks. He said, I was like one of them college preppy people. I asked them that there. He said, they probably knew I was just pecking the day, but he said, he used it as a Mac Daddy thing. Mr. Simeon! Okay, you got matching boots on. Yeah, he's ready to work. This us, right?
All right, got it.
And real quick, y'all, because of the dedication, this brother many days had to drive all the way from the Bay Area every day just to make it here.
He did. That's right. That's right. That's right. To an extent, he was working, obviously, and this was so important to him that he put his employment in jeopardy, and they let him go. But he still maintained because this is what he wanted to do. So, our hands off to him. Mr. Richard Tex Williams! Coming with the afro. Yeah.
One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, sir.
Pablo Gutierrez is working. Miss Ladrinka Armstrong. She's like, Mr. Brown, I'm on time.
1, 2, 3. Right here.
I
Right
done
here.
called these girls and didn't think it's important. I'm in class. Girls, step out there. I'm in class.
After Nikki begging me, you got to
One more, Ladrika. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
And Nikki's a dirty person with her laborers, so she knows. Miss Darquisa, my cousin, Duncan.
I need a picture with Cindy tonight.
Okay.
No.
About the wedding.
Yeah, both of y'all.
1. All right, one more. 1, 2, and 3. All right.
Make sure y'all send me them. Thank you.
Mr. Anthony Simeon. Anthony's mother called me, Anthony called me because his mother wanted to call him and say thank you. So I'm talking to him. And he goes, Mr. Brown, I'm over and paint my mother's house, blah, 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 blah. He goes, I'm gonna be on time. I'm gonna be there at 4:50 today.
If my mama watching this, she knows she had me late. Try to be a good son.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, so as Eric had echoed, as many of our guests and instructors have said and stated, this is only the beginning. One of the reasons our strength and core conditioners pushed you so hard is because I asked them to have you tap out. Purposely. Intentionally, right? And this is what they do. And it is an added value to helping fortify and forge your resolve inwardly. Because out there on the job site, there's going to be some days that aren't so pleasant, where you're going to be pushed, you're going to be challenged. And you're going to have to resolve and stick to it. There's going to be some things said, right, that are going to hurt, going to make you want to, but we're going to have to persevere because we have as a goal the best version of ourselves. We have to learn and then implement resolving conflict, being problem solvers, right? All the things that you've been exposed to, right? It's now at the precipice for you to get ready to get into the game. Continue to stay engaged, right? For those of you who don't get placed, stay engaged. We got this Tuesdays and Thursdays, strength and core conditioning, right? We still have the math. You got your life coach right now. You got Sanja with the equity, right? And you even got me. Every now and then. Every now and then, right? And so listen, hats off to you. Don't forget, right? December 1st, we're going to be on the bus. I'm going to order everybody's boots for all the groups, right? All your PPE so that we can have what we need going out there. Again, on behalf of the Sacramento Building Trades in the absence of my executive director, the boss, Kevin Vieira, we salute you, right? We are investing in you, right? This is an opportunity of a lifetime. This not only will change your life, but it is the platform for you to change lives for generations. You heard Chief Root talk about his grandfather was a carpenter, his dad. Well, many of us don't have that same story. For us, this is about new into construction. This is what this is all about. You can be the first craftsperson, right, in your community. That shows and demonstrates to other kids that look like you, that have gone through some challenges like you, that you can do it. Right? So again, our hat is off to you, right? This is just the beginning. Right? This is just the beginning. So make certain you stay connected and stay engaged. Come on up for a big old little photo. Austin, put you on the camera. Come on! We got some food ready for you. Lonzo is his wife company. I'll hook it up. We got some dessert. Come on, Miguel. Super tall people. Marlon, come on. Gary, guys, Lenny, guys, come on up.